You are a beautiful sight and still coming in by the thousands. Thank you for being with us this morning. As we prepare to center ourselves for the commemoration this morning of the thousands killed at the hands of soldiers trained here at the School of the Americas, we have a trio from Chrissy from American University and Libby and Tracy from Valparaiso, who will share with us an original piece they wrote to help center us this morning. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Ocean of joy, river of hope. Hope is the present, become and inspire. Love is a fountain, drink your fill. Fill up your souls, brothers sisters in compassion, mothers and daughters in unending peace. Mothers and daughters in unending peace. The seed is sown and swells with life. Harvest for all is to sustain. The seed is goodness, charity, and grace. Seeds of the heart blossom through the generations. Mothers and daughters in unending peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. Blessed are the peacemakers, the daughters of Sarah, the sisters of joy and love. We are always blessed at this point in the morning to continue our centering in our commemoration of our brothers and sisters from Latin America, to have a compañero from Guatemala here. So at this time, we will have a Myan Blessing from Jinero.
Muy buenos días.
Good morning.
Estamos aquí representando al pueblo maya
We're here representing the Mayan people,
y lo que estamos haciendo, lo que ustedes ven,
and what you're looking at, what you're seeing,
es lo que los abuelos nos han dejado.
what we're doing is what our grandparents have left us, the way of blessing the day. This day has been blessed by our grandparents, and we thank them.
Al corazón del cielo
We thank the heart of the heaven
y al
the heart of earth.
Esta política es completamente coherente con la tradición constitucional americana, que el ejército debe quedarse
Heart of heaven, heart of the earth. We thank you.
por darnos el permiso de estar aquí en este suelo.
We thank you for giving us permission to be here on this soil.
Bendice este día.
Bless this day.
Pueden y serán permitidas en esta instalación.
Para que
Usted entra a
este día
Usted estará en la estación
Así como llegamos,
82.
así nosotros también regresemos.
18.
So that on this day, just as we came, we can also return. Heart of heaven, heart of earth, bless us,
Protégenos,
protect us,
cuídanos,
care for us,
guíanos.
guide us. We give thanks, and if we give thanks first to the sun from where it rises, so if you will all please turn east, and we thank our Father, Son, for guiding us, for giving us permission to be here. So we give thanks to the east, where our grandfather, Son comes out, gives us light, gives us warmth. Now we will turn to where our grandfather, Son sets, to the west. We'll take a few seconds, even though our ceremonies really last several hours, to give thanks to the earth, to the universe, for giving us food, for giving us guidance. Now we turn to the south.
Hacia este lado. Bueno, vamos a voltear hacia el sur,
We turn to the south,
hasta donde están los hermanos de la Escuela de las Américas, aunque nos han tratado como nos han tratado,
facing our brothers and sisters at the School of the Americas, even though they've treated us the way they've treated us.
siempre son nuestros hermanos.
They still are our sisters and brothers.
Así lo dice el Creador.
This is how the Creator has taught us. The problem is that we men and women many times don't think the way the Creator thinks. Heart of heaven, heart of earth, thank you. Maltiush.
Entonces pues damos vuelta y volteamos hacia el norte.
We turn to the north
Y dedicamos algunos segundos hacia el norte.
We dedicate a few seconds to the north. This way we can be protected by our grandparents, our Mother Earth. So the way that we left, we will return to any of the cardinal points from which we left, that we may not fall in the rising or the descending, nor in the plains. In the name of our Mayan people, without a voice that has been silenced for hundreds of years, we share this small tradition with you. We give thanks to the Creator, and we thank all of you for being here.
Ukushgach, ukushuleu. Maltiosh, Maltiosh. Gracias.
School of the Americas Watch asks all people who attend the vigil and demonstration at Fort Benning to carry on the tradition of the movement by respecting some basic nonviolent guidelines while at the demonstration.
Our goal is to expose and close the School of the Americas WINSEC and to resist the oppressive policies and systems that it represents. We act in solidarity with our Latin American sisters and brothers and all those around the world whose lives are impacted by these policies as one part of an international struggle for human rights and global justice.
As SOA Watch, we gather in the diverse traditions of nonviolence with respect for the right to self-determination of oppressed peoples and communities. Together we envision a day in which culture of peace and justice and respect for the earth will prevail, where all people will live together, free from oppression.
This weekend, in our tradition of nonviolence, we gather together in a manner that reflects lives of the world we choose to create. We will promote an alternative to domination systems by acting with love, respect, mutuality, compassion, and acceptance for the interdependence of all life. We will struggle for a world free from violence, and we will use actions, words, and symbols consistent with this struggle. We will not use or instigate violence against any person. We will act with respect for the people and property of the local community. We will promote the safety of ourselves and others through our actions and interactions.
We commit to recognize and to work to dismantle all forms of oppression in our personal relationships, local neighborhoods, globally, and with Earth itself. We will return to our communities with renewed energy to close the SOA WINSEC. Thank you. We continue with some statements of solidarity from individuals who represent very vast communities who have been in support of this movement.
Our task is to summon into being the new world, the new way of being that encloses, of course, closing down the School of the Americas, and what will be in its place we now shape in our minds, our imaginations, and our hearts. Because in our imaginations, we summon what is to be. And right now it only exists in our souls, but it is on its way because we are community. So when we say presente, not only are the dead, the ones who have been killed in the struggle, but the presente is to summon our own souls to be present to the new reality and to call it into being. Thank you.
The cause I fight for is the cause of the Palestinian people, the cause of ending Israel's illegal and brutal occupation. I want to tell you about the faces that haunt me. I want to tell you about the faces that stand before me today. I see the face of my cousin, Rachael Corey. Rachael was 23 years old when she was crushed to death by an Israeli soldier driving a US-made Caterpillar bulldozer while she was trying to prevent the war crime of home demolition. I loved Rachael. Her blood was my blood, and her blood was spilt in the dirt of Gaza. What if the American people could see the faces I do see, the faces of the thousands of victims, the Christian, Jewish, Muslim, American, British, Palestinian, Israeli, the faces and the names inscribed in this book? If they could see the faces I see, they would never stop fighting to end this occupation. How could they? On the evening of April 26th, a man with medals appeared on my front porch and said to me, "Are you Sherwood Baker's mother?" At first I did not understand why he was there, and then it became clear to me. He had come to tell me that my sweet and noble son, 30 years old, had been killed in an explosion in Baghdad that morning. He had become the 720th soldier to die for this colossal miscalculation called the war in Iraq. Now, I don't pretend to have all the answers. I'm just a lay person. I'm just a mother. But I do know this. We have to deal in the truth if we're ever to get to peace. We have to tell the truth. And I know that we have to respect the rights of other people to have their own culture, to have their own dreams, to have their own wealth. And we must recognize that preemptive war and torture are an affront to God.
I remember what Father Rachael Corey said to me. If you want to be for the reign of God, If you want to work for peace and justice and announce the reign of God, you have to stand up publicly against the anti-reign and speak out against the evil institutions of war. So this morning we bless the police and soldiers, but as Aya Korea said, we denounce the evil work of this school of assassins as the anti-reign and demand that it shut down immediately. If you agree with me, let me hear you loudly.